Hey, hi all. Once again, good morning. So welcome to Azure SQL Champ new video series. So as part of today, we are going to start a new series called SQL LAB, the lab series. So under this SQL LAB, we are going to make a couple of sessions which how to deploy VMs using VMware workstation on top of the VMs, how to install SQL Server, on top of once you install SQL Server, later on how to build a Windows failover cluster and how to build a always an availability group. So you will get one by one sessions in this SQL Lab series. Okay, stay tuned with us. Okay, for to get this kind of exciting sessions. Okay, you can follow Azure SQL Champ. This is our YouTube channel. You can follow Azure SQL Champ, and we are having many videos under this channel already, which are in public. Okay, so where we already deployed VMs on spin on the VMs on cloud as well. So where you will get many things. Okay, we spin the VMs, networks, everything you will find it. Say stay tuned and say subscribe our channel and click the bell icon for more videos. Okay, without time waste, let's move to the today series. And as part of SQL Lab first series, today is our first series. Under this series, we are going to learn how to spin the VMs using VMware workstation. In a traditional, if you go for a traditional, so we can use, okay, how we can use a different techniques to spin the VMs. Either you can use VMware workstation or Microsoft hypervisor or Oracle VirtualBox, or or you can go to the cloud. If you go to the cloud, you can spin the VMs on top of Azure or on top of AWS or on top of Google Cloud as well. So in our laptops, if we are having enough resources, like in terms of cores, in terms of storage, in terms of memory, we can use any one of this tool, VMware hypervisor or Oracle VirtualBox, and we can build the virtual machines. On top of these virtual machines, you can build a different kind of operating system. It can be Windows flavor, it can be Linux flavor as well. Means in terms of Windows, you can build Windows Server 2019, 16, 22. In terms of Linux, you can build Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu. So we can build a different kind of flavors. And if you for practicing purpose, not only for especially for SQL Server, if you wanted to place Oracle or PostgreSQL or MySQL or MongoDB, you can spin the VMs on your laptop and you can practice how the real world looks like. As of now, for in this video series, we are going to discuss how to install VMware Workstation and how to build the VMs using VMware Workstation. So I will provide you the Google Drive link how to download VMware Workstation 17 Pro with the license key, along with how to download Windows Server 2019 operating system. Windows Server 19 operating system. Without time waste, let's go to the VMware. This is the tool. Once you install VMware Workstation, I will provide the Google Drive in the video description. You can find there and you can download and you can install on your laptop. So make sure that the minimum configuration when you specially go for operating system. So in my operating system, I'm having it's like a 8 cores with the 12 threads, logical threads. It's running with the 12 threads, and in terms of memory, I'm having 16 GB. So maintain minimum 12 GB to 16 GB of RAM, because if while you are spinning the VM, you need to allocate the core along with the memory. So if you are having less memory, then what I can do, if someone is asking if I'm having not 12 GB, not 16 GB, if I'm having 4 GB, 8 GB of RAM, can I spin the VMs? Okay, if you are having at least 8 GB, you can try to spin, but it may impact the performance of the VMs and it may impact your laptop performance as well. Okay, if you are having 4 GB, you can't install VMware tools, any VMware tools, not only VMware. If you go for Oracle VirtualBox, if you go for hypervisor, you can't install if you're having 4 GB of RAM. Okay, please make a note down. Either you need to upgrade your laptop or you need to upgrade your resources. You can upgrade your laptop or you can upgrade your resources. Now, being I'm having 16 GB of RAM and 12 threads, I'm running 12 threads, I'm good to configure the VMs. As part of today's session, we are going to spin three VMs. One is DC, one is Node 1, and one is Node 2. Node 2. So we are going to spin three VMs. Okay. In DC is nothing but domain controller server. It is also acting as Active Directory. It's like Active Directory and domain controller server. Okay. We are going to spin the domain controllers. We are going to spin the Active Directory. It's like a repository to maintain the servers, logins, passwords, policies, all the stuff like Active Directory. And we are going to build two more VMs where we can spin the SQL server. The first time who are learning, the people who starting the SQL who don't know anything, okay, no worries. In our playlist, we are having many sessions on what is Active Directory, what is domain controller. Okay, you can go and watch that one, how to build the networks, all the stuff. The people who are already having experience, they can understand what is Active Directory, what is domain controller, okay, why we are going to build up servers, okay, to install SQL Server. I in two cases, if your laptop is not compatible, no worries. You can practice everything on your local laptop, okay, where you can install SQL Server, multiple instance on same SQL Server, and you can practice. But if you wanted to practice clusters on always on, definitely you need to spin the VMs. In case you don't have resource, but you are maintaining a credit cards where you can go and create the cloud. On top of a cloud, also you can go and practice on top of the cloud like AWS or Google Cloud or Azure. You can practice on top of cloud providers. You can spin the VMs from the cloud as well. As part of today, in the first series of SQL Lab, we are going to spin the VMs. Okay, we are going to spin three VMs. One is DC, Node 1, Node 2, and we will configure domain controller and Active Directory, and we will add all the servers to the domain. Next upcoming series, we will let you know how to install SQL Server on respect to Node 1, Node 2. Then on top of that, we'll try to build the clusters. We'll try to build a always on availability group. Without time waste, let's go and spin the VMs first. So to spin the VMs, you need VMware tool or hypervisor or Oracle VirtualBox. I am using VMware workstation to spin the VMs. So first, let's go to the drive. Okay, create one folder wherever you are having enough storage. Go to that drive, create one folder, okay, and create three subfolders, okay, to store our VM VHD files. Okay, let's go and create a three folders. One is DC domain controller server, one is Node 1 and Node 2. Let's go and create a three folders, Node 1, Node 2. Now let's close this one, go to the VMware tool. Now we will do everything from the VMware from now onwards. So go to the files to create a new VM operating system. Go to the VM file, click on new virtual machine. It will prompt you one wizard where you can do one is typical, one is custom. If you wanted to go for everything, go for custom. But mostly for us, typical is fine. The default setting is fine. You no need to do much more with the custom settings as part of DBS. Okay, go for typical, click on next, and choose your operating system where you downloaded SQL Server 2019, SQL Server 2016, or Linux platform, or any other Windows flavors. You can choose that operating system iOS file. Okay, then click on next. I will provide you this link also in the Google Drive where you can copy and you can choose this here. Click on next. Provide the server license key. Provide the server license key, Windows Server 2000 license key. Then click on choose the standard core. We are having two, data center or standard. Anything is fine. Let's go for standard. I'm just choosing standard. Provide your login name, administrator, and provide the password. Provide the password. Then click on checkbox, log on automatically. It will log on automatically. Then click on next. Okay. Provide the server name, DC. And I created a location, right, to store our VHD files. Go to that specific location and choose the drive location, folder location. Then click on next. By default, it is fetching 60 GB of storage. Okay, that is too good for me to spin the VMs. To spin the SQL also, 60 GB is fine. I don't want to create multiple disk. Let it be single disk. Let it be single disk, okay, on DC server. Then click on next. Now, if you wanted to customize the resources in terms of memory, by default it is taking 2 GB of RAM. If you have more RAM, you can add more RAM to the VM so that your VM can spin little faster, will give the better performance. And minimum it is taking 2 cores, number of 2 cores, and one physical core and 2 logical cores it is taking. That is too good because in my operating system I am having 8 physical cores, 8 cores, and 12 logical processors. It's going for 2 logical processors and 1 core. It's good. My performance will be good. And it is going for default settings. You no need to touch anything. Let's click on close and then click on finish. Once you click on finish, it will try to spin the operating system. It will spin the operating system. Let's spin the operating system. Means let's build the operating system. Once it start operating system, we will build node 2, node 3 as well. So node 1, node 2 as well. So go in hierarchical way so that we won't get any confused when we are going to build the virtual machines on top of our laptops, on top of our CPUs. If you are having laptop also, you can build. If you don't have laptop, you are having a system CPU, you can also spin the same hierarchy. So I am installing, click on next, and now it will start the building the operating system. Okay, once it started, we can do one thing. We can no need to wait for DC, get it ready. Parallelly, you can spin the node 2, node 1, node 1, node 2 also you can spin. Go to file, click on new VM, and choose the typical, click on next, choose the operating system, then click on next, provide the license key, and choose the standard edition, provide the administrator, and provide the password. Click on log on, click on next. So choose it as a node 1, and choose the location where we created, right? So where we are having storage we created, right? Let's go to the node 1, select the node 1, then click on next, single file, 60 GB is enough for me. Then click on finish. Okay, let's spin the VM. Now it is also booting. Now let's see, once you click on, your mouse will be will visible only on the VM level. So if you wanted to see again mousepad back, okay, you can click on Control Alt. Again, you will can see the mousepad where you can move it. So go to DC. DC is almost getting ready. Now node 1 is also starting. So once node 1 start, we will also try to build the node 2 as well. Once we'll try to build the node 2. Click on next. It will start the configuring the operating system. Yeah, now get ready. Now go to the node 2 as well. Parallelly, you can spin the 3 VMs. Click on next, paste it, go to standard, go to administrator, provide the administrator login name and provide the password. Log on automatically, click on next, choose this as a node 2. Node 2, here it is showing node 1, DC, node 1. Now I'm making node 2. I created the path, right? We created the path, right? Go to that specific path to store the VM information. Click on next, single disk. I don't want multiple disk. Then click on finish. Now it will try to spin the node 2 as well. Okay, DC is almost ready. Node 1 is started. Node 2 will also start in a while. So once we spin all these 3 VMs, okay, we will spin the finally we'll spin once we're done, we will install VMware tools. So next step is we will install the VMware tools so that our dashboards, our VM dashboards will be adjusted, fonts, everything will be adjusted, copy, paste, drag and drop. We can do anything if it is install VMware tools as well. Now we will show you how to install VMware tools once VMs are get ready. Okay, almost DC server is completed. Installation operating system is completed. Okay, DC is getting ready. Node 1 is also almost done. Node 2 is almost started. Okay. Once DC is healthy, come to online. Let's install VMware tools. Node 1 is also ready. Node 2 is almost 40% is completed. Yeah, Node 1 is also completed. Let's initialize the files. Node 2 is also almost getting ready. Node 1 is completed and restarting, and it will initialize the files. Fine, Node 2 is also almost ready. Yeah, my DC mission is almost get ready. And it is also installing the VMware tools. Wait for some time. It is installing VMware tools as well. Okay. In case if it is default, it is not installed VMware tools. I will provide you the description in our video how to install VMware tools. Okay. Once you build operating system, once VMs are ready, first thing you need to do is install the VMware tools. Okay. See my screen got adjusted. Everything got adjusted. Okay. Then click on restart once. Once your VMware tools is ready, it will promote you to restart. Now you restart once. Later on, you can do copy paste, drag and drop. Your screen is adjusted, fonts are adjusted. Everything will get ready. Everything will get ready. Now go to node 1. Node 1 is also almost getting ready. Node 2 is also almost getting ready. So let's wait DC come to online. Okay. Now see my DC VM is healthy. Okay. Now my DC VM is healthy. You may ask how I came to know my VM tools are installed. Means if you go to the Windows, it will ask you reinstall VM tools because it's already installed, sir. If it is not installed, it will ask you install VMware tools. Okay. When it is asking install VMware tools, what you need to do, I will show you in our video description. Follow that URL. You will find how to install the VMware tools. Okay. Now, once our VM is ready, once my DC is ready, so let it be. Let's do the node 1, node 2. Okay. Meanwhile, without time waste, we can do one thing. Okay. This is our domain controller server, and this is also our Active Directory server. Okay. In the domain controller server, in the Active Directory server, we need to install a couple of features. Okay. So that it will promote us this server as a domain controller server. So to promote this server as a domain controller server, you need to install Active Directory service. Go to manage, open the server manager, go to manage, okay, and click on next, click on role based or feature based installation, then click on next, okay, install Active Directory domain services, click on add feature, and we also need DNS in the upcoming sessions. It will help us a lot. Select the DNS as well, okay, and we wanted to promote this as a network shared disk as well. So to create the network shared disk, we need to enable the iSCSI initiator, which is introduced from Windows Server 2012 onwards. To install iSCSI, expand files and storage services, expand files and iSCSI service, choose the iSCSI target, then click on next. Okay. In this server, we are also going to, in future upcoming sessions, we are also going to install failure cluster manager. So for upcoming sessions, we are installing the failure cluster manager as well. Okay. Install failure cluster manager as well. Then click on next, click on next, click on next. Apart from nothing else you need to do, click on install. It will take some time. Meanwhile, we can change the server name, disable the firewalls, enable the ports. Okay, click on here, click on change the server name to DC. Okay, change the server name to DC. Hey, DC. Click on OK. Click on OK. And meanwhile, parallelly, you can disable internet firewalls as well. Okay, so don't restart now. Let it be wait. Click on here, disable the internet firewalls, and search for firewalls here. To disable the firewalls, enable the ports. Okay, firewalls, Windows Defender firewalls. Go to Windows 10 Defender, disable the firewalls, and enable the ports. So being we are working as a SQL, so we are going to install we are enabling SQL related ports. Okay, SQL related ports. If you are working for any other technology like PostgreSQL or MySQL or Oracle, you need to enable that related ports. Okay. So 3343. So one is SQL Server default port number, one is the UDP port number, 5022 is the always on port number or mirroring port number, 334 is a cluster port number. Okay, let's copy it because we need to enable in all three servers, right? And provide SQL ports. Click on finish. Now go to the outbound rules, enable the here also ports. We disable the firewalls and we are enabling the ports. Okay, click on next, SQL ports. Okay, yeah. So once we done this one, okay, once we done, okay, we need to do one more thing. Okay, we need to do one more thing. Click on close. Our installation is done. Okay, before we do, so we need to do one thing, that is nothing but network configuration. Okay, by default you will have one Ethernet. By default you are having one Ethernet. But going forward, these same lab servers are going to form the clusters, to form the always on availability group. So to form the cluster, to form the always on availability group, okay, we need one more NIC card. So already by default there is one NIC card. We don't want to disturb this NIC card. Let it be stay back. Okay, let it be stay back. I wanted to enable one more NIC card and I wanted to make it as a static. I wanted to make it as static, which will help us a lot in the upcoming cluster configuration, upcoming always on configuration. So try to go and enable the NIC card. So go to the DC server, go to the properties, enable the NIC card. So click on add the NIC card. See, already I'm having one NIC card. Okay, by default, I'm adding one more NIC card. Click on finish, click on OK. Okay, it will promote you to restart. Okay, now if you refresh, see, you are able to see one NIC card. So Currently, I'm in the DC server. Go to the NIC card, whichever we added, and I need to make it as a static IP addresses. So go to NIC card property, go to the properties, click on IPv4. Okay, go to the IP session, and you may get confused what IP address I need to provide. Subbu means very simple, no need to get confused. Open CMD, search for IP config. Okay. So this is our default Ethernet. This is our newly created Ethernet. Already one IP address is assigned. You can copy the same IP address. You can copy the same IP address, provide the same IP address. Okay. And here, copy the default gateway for networking purpose, internet purpose. Provide the same thing. And in the DC server, DNS, go for 127. This is our default DNS. 127.0.0.1. Go for default. Okay, go for default. In the DC server, please be careful. I'm in the DC server and I'm making everything as a static. Click on OK. Take the screenshot for if you are having confused. Click on close it. Close this one. We are done almost. We disable the firewalls, enable the ports, install required features. We configure the networks as well. Now you are good to restart the VM. Let's restart the VM. Okay. Now, meanwhile, I can go to the node 1. Okay. It is promoting to install .NET tools. Okay. It already installed. Now it is asking to restart. And go to node 2 also. Go to node 2. And I think it is also installed VMware tools. And it is promoted to restart. Just restart the both VMs. Now, once this VM is back, first try to configure the networks. Okay. In node 1, node 2, try to configure first networks. So again, same, go to the node 1, go to the properties, click on add, choose the network adapter, then click on finish, click on OK. Okay, it promoted, it added a network. Go to the network adapter settings. Okay, I'm in node 1 currently. Go to the Ethernet, change the adapter settings, go to which we created, go to the properties. Okay, now see sir, in the DC mission, if I click command prompt, okay, I no need to open Ethernet every time. If I open IP config, okay, it will promote you 192.168.174.129 IP address I provided. Now for node 1, whatever IP address it assigned, I don't want. Can I provide my own IP address? Okay, that is nothing but 192.168.174.130. Oh, sorry. So 192 dot, one second, 192.168.174.130. See, my DC server I provided 129. For node 1, I am providing 130. Okay, and provide the same default gateway like 192.168.174.2. This is very important. Okay, this part is very important because node 1, node 2 need to be part of the domain. Okay, if these servers to be part of the domain, what you need to do, whatever the IP address you map to the DC server, whatever the IP address you map to the DC server, that is nothing but 192.168.174.129. That IP address you need to provide in the DNS in the node 1. This is very important. 192.168.174.129. Okay, this is very important. Please make a note down. Same level of configuration you need to do in the node 2 as well. Go to node 2, node 2 property, do the network configuration first. Okay, that is very important. Later on, you can enable the firewalls, disable the ports, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever you are doing, you can do it. First, do the network configuration. Ethernet, adapter, property, settings. Okay, go for 192.168.174.131. 129, I went for DC. 130 I went for node 1, 131 I'm going for node 2. Okay. Now let's go to the gateway 168.90.168.170.74.2. Okay, and finally I need to make it 192.168.174.129. 129. Then click on OK. Click on OK. Now my network part is done. I am super good at networks. Okay. Now go to the node 1. Now, first thing what you need to do here also same thing. Enable the firewalls, disable the firewalls, enable the ports, install required feature. Node 1, Node 2 is going part of SQL installation. I wanted to install only, okay, I don't want you to install Active Directory. I don't want to install DNS. I don't want to install file share, nothing. I want to install .NET Framework 3.5. In case if .NET Framework is not installed, you need to check this box and you need to install Failure Cluster Manager for our future cluster purpose. Then click on next. Click on install. Like same, go to Node 2, do the same thing. Do the same thing. In Node 2 also, you need to install okay, let's complete node 1, then we go for node 2 to avoid the confusion. Okay, so I install the feature, I minimize it, go to the local server, change the server name here also to the node 1, node 1, node 1, then click on OK. Disable the firewall here also. Okay, meanwhile it will change the name. It will take some time. Meanwhile you disable and search for firewall. Firewall. Okay, firewall. Open Windows Defender firewall. So now my VM name is changed. It will prompt you to restart. Don't restart. Let it be do our work, sir. Then finally we can restart the VMs. Okay. Then enable the ports. Okay. You already enabled the ports, right, for this VM. Same ports you need to enable it in the node 1. So right click in inbound, go to the rules, go to the ports, click on next, enable 1433, comma 1434, comma 5022, comma 3343. And we if I want to install Power BI reporting services, we need to enable 80 port number, 443 port number. So what is your requirement? Based on that, you can enable the port SQL ports. As of now, my requirement is for always on availability group and cluster. I am enabling only that ports. Okay, SQL ports. So copy the ports every time. I no need to copy. Okay. So go to here, copy the ports. Let's go to the outbound rules as well. Outbound rules. Then click on ports, click on next. Okay. Click on next. Allow the ports. Then click on next. Click on next and provide the SQL ports. Click on finish. Okay. Now we already done. Everything is done. Now you need to just restart the VM. Okay. Restart node 1 as well. Then go to the node 2. Node 2 network part is done. Okay. Node 2 network, our network part is done. Okay. Our network part is done. Nothing to worry. Now let's go and install the features. What features you need to install on node 2? Same feature. One is .NET Framework 3.3 and 4.3 and one is Failure Cluster Manager. Apart from nothing else we need to install in the node 2 also. Minimize. Same. Change the computer name. Mention as a node 2. Click on OK. Disable the firewalls meanwhile. It will take some time. Search for firewalls. Search for firewalls. Enable the ports. Disable the fire. Don't restart. Let it be. Disable the firewalls. Enable the ports. Enable the ports. So once this is done, then we'll go for other concepts. SQL ports. And node 2. We are almost done. Node 2 also. Okay, SQL ports. Okay, done. Node 2 also. Let's see whether our installation is done. Yes, sir. Now you can go on restart the VM as well. Now my DC is back to healthy. My node 1 is almost back to healthy. Okay. Once you complete all our disabling the firewalls, enabling the ports, installing the required features, configuring the network. Okay. Next thing you need to do in the DC server. Okay. See, now, see, when you open Server Manager here in the Node 1, Node 2, we'll see only dashboard, local server, all servers, file and storage. But here you will see AD, Active Directory Domain Services. You will see the DNS as well because we install Active Directory, we install DNS as well. Now we want to promote this server as a domain controller server. Okay, to promote server as a domain controller server, go to here. It is already showing as a warning. Promote the server as a domain controller server. Click on here. Okay. Being we are going to create a first time, you need to provide the forest. Forest is nothing but domain name. Every domain will ends with .com. I'm going for sa.com, like southamerica.com. Okay. You can provide whatever name you loved it, but every domain need to end with the .com. Click on next. Click on next. And it will promote you to provide the password. Provide the password, sir. Domain password in case if you wanted to recover. Mostly we won't recover it because in real world there will be separate team, okay, for to maintain the Active Directory, to maintain the domains. Those team will call it as Active Directory team. In on-prem, in Azure also we'll call it as a Active Directory team. Azure Infrastructure Active Directory team. Okay, these people will aware of more about how Active Directory, what is Active Directory, all this stuff. In our regular sessions, we are also going to discuss what is Active Directory, how their people are working, what are the policies. Also, we will discuss in upcoming sessions. Now it is showing as SA. SA is my domain name, South America. Now almost we are done. Just we need to click on install. Okay, let's promote it to install. Now we will install this one. Okay, click on next, click on next, and click on install. Okay, click on install. Meanwhile, go to node 1, minimize the server, close the server managers. Okay, open Internet Explorer. Here also open Internet Explorer. Okay, ask me later. Open SQL Server download. Okay, let's go to the DC. Now it promoted to install C. Install it. Now it will take some time, sir. Hardly 5 to 10 minutes it will take. Leave it this server. Meanwhile, we will download SQL Server. We'll download SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, we'll download SQL Server. We'll download the SQL Server Management Studio. So search for SQL Server download. Go to the SQL Server download and try to download the SQL Server setup file. So to download, go to the SQL Server on-prem. Click on download now. Okay, it will prompt you. We are downloading directly SQL Server 2022. Okay, it will ask you to provide some details. Provide some details. So, okay, CN, and provide your email address, URS. Any random email, you no need to specifically give. Any random emails is also fine. Okay, email.com. Okay, email.com. Okay, company name, for example, I'm providing as a IBM, and country I'm selecting India, IN, India, India, and go for company size to 1000 plus, DBA role. Okay, phone number, you can also go for random phone number. Okay, and click on submit. Click on submit. Now it will prompt you. Come on, why? Provide once again. To CN business email, you are a subbu9@gmail.com. Okay, IBM India 10 plus DBA role. Provide the mobile number. Click on this one. Click on submit. Okay, it promote us to download. Okay, do you want to do auto download? Yes. Why it is not prompting to download? Maybe let's go to Edge download. So let's download Edge tool. Download first Microsoft Edge. Okay. Okay, same copy. Go to node 1. Let's download first Edge tool, sir. Okay. Accept the download. Okay. Run it. Let's download Edge tool first. Okay. A DC is getting ready. It will take some time. I told you, right? 5 to 10 minutes. Leave it. It will get it ready. Meanwhile, we can do it other setups. Okay. So as part of today SQL Lab, I will show you how to download SQL Server setup file, how to download SQL Server Management Studio. In next session, we will discuss how to install SQL Server, how to install SQL Server Management Studio. In upcoming sessions, we'll discuss how to build Windows File Cluster on top of VMware workstation, how to build a always on availability group. So it's taking longer time. Interesting. Yeah, our DC is ready, sir, almost. See, now our DC, DC is back to healthy. Now go to the local mission. You will see your computer name. You will see your domain name. So if you wanted to just check, go to the CMD. Okay. If you ping DC, sorry. Okay. If you ping DC, okay, see, you will see server name dot domain name dot com. So you are going to see the fully qualified domain name. Fully qualified domain name. Now you can open the Active Directory by opening dsa.msc. In real world, mostly we won't get a chance to open dsa.msc. You don't have access. They won't allow us to access. But in case some organization, they can allow us access to Active Directory where you can verify the logins, the credentials, all the stuff. Okay. Under this domain, we are having computers, built-in domain controller. Okay. And managed service accounts and users, groups, everything, policies, everything will be maintained at Active Directory. And also you can open the DNS manager. In a simple terms, if I wanted to tell DNS mgmt.msc, okay, for example, if you go to the computer CMD, ns lookup, do the ns lookup www. Okay, google.com. So google.com. See, if you just click on www.google.com, okay, your Google is mapped with one IPv6 IP address, one IPv4 IP address. You can copy IPv4 IP address, open browser, and just paste the IP address here. It will prompt you directly Google. Okay, DNS is nothing but name is going to map to the IP address. IP address is going to map to the name. Okay, DNS. So here we can see the DNS as well. DNS manager. Under the DNS manager, your name will be mapped to the IP address. Your IP address will be mapped to the name. Okay, DNS. Under DNS manager, every name is mapped to the IP address. In the Active Directory, you will see all the computers, logins, passwords, policies will be registered in the Active Directory. This too will be maintained by Active Directory team in real world. Okay, let's see whether our installation is done or not. Edge installation is done. Okay, no. Oh, our installation is not done. Okay, let wait, sir. Let's first prompt the servers to the domain. Okay. Currently, see, when you go to the Active Directory, when you go to the computers, you are seeing nothing. Okay. First thing is I wanted to add these two servers to the domain, SA domain. Okay. Now how I can promote this one means go to node one. Okay. Go to the local server, open the server manager, go to local server, click on work group, click on change, go to the domain, pass sa.com. Click on OK. Okay, it is OK. Click on OK. What is happened? Okay, let's fix this issue, sir. Now my internet, I'm having some issue with the internet. Go to here. Okay, after after we build the DC server, we are having issue with the network, all this stuff. Let's try to troubleshoot this one. Okay. Uh, let's diagnostic the problem. Okay, first troubleshoot it. Let's try to first fix the DC server. Okay, fix it, and it will prompt you to restart. Okay, it's okay, no problem. Now let's restart the server, sir, once. Let's restart the DC once again. Okay. Let's go to the networks. Let's see all the our networks, whatever we configure, healthy or not. Mainly our focus should be Ethernet to 2, sir. Okay. Oh, this is the problem. Okay. We will do it. Okay. I can again set it. Okay. 192.168.174.130. Okay. Let it be equal. Let's check once again. Yeah, I think everything is good. Very good, sir. Super good. Okay. Cancel. We already set it, sir. Just cancel it. Now go to the DC server. Let's DC server back. Go to node 2 also. This is only one challenge we may come across when you until you build the servers to the domain. Okay. So please be aware this one. Yeah, here also we lost the IP address 192.168. Dot okay 174.131. We need to go for 131. Okay. Now click on OK. Click on yes. Click on OK. Click on close. Go to node 1. Let's see once again, sir, for just for safety purpose. It's not 192.164, 168.174.130. Okay. Click on OK. Click on yes. Click on OK. Click on close. Again, just double check once, sir, whether the IP address, whatever we set it, how it's disappearing. Let's wait. Yeah, our DC. So I'm in DC server, sir. Hold on. I'm in DC server. Go to the networks once again. Let's first set the DC server network, sir, properly. Okay, go to the network sharing center, go to the adapter, go to Ethernet, go to property, go to IPv4. Let's set the, let's open command prompt CMD. IP config. Okay. Copy the same IP address and set it here and set the same gateway, default gateway, and set the IP address 127.127.0.0.1. Click on OK. Click on OK. We are super good now. Click on OK. Now go to node 1. Do the same thing on node 1, sir. Okay, here I'm going for 192.168.174.130 I'm going. This time okay. Let's cancel, let's refresh. Okay. Let's go diagnostics. Fix the diagnostics, okay. Okay, yeah, fixed. Let's see now. Close it. Let's refresh. Go to here. Okay. Let's open command prompt here. CMD. Okay. Type IP config here also. IP config. So what is the IP address which is as in one? Let's go for the same IP address, sir. Okay. Let's go for same gateway. Okay. This is very important. DC server IP address you need to provide 192.174.174.129. Click on OK. Yeah, issue got fixed. Click on OK. Go to node 2. Do same thing, sir. CMD command prompt. Here also do IP config. Okay. So here it is going for this IP address. Let's go for the same IP address. Okay, I don't want to go for this IP address. So let's diagnostic the problem. Why I need to go for properties? Okay, 192.168.174.130. 30 I'm going. Let's go for this one. Okay, multi default gateways internet provider reducing single subnet. Okay, let it be. Let's go and double check once again whether the IP address has been reflected. Yes, reflected. We are good, sir. Reflected. It got reflected. Refresh. Okay, done, sir. Done. Now we are super good. Networks are healthy. All the networks are healthy. Okay. Close everything. Now promote the server to the domain. Now I'm in node 1. Go to work group. Go to change domain name. Pass sa.com. Click on OK. Now see only networks. So please be aware networks need to be healthy. Okay, always. Okay, SA, right? SA/administrator, go for administrator and provide the password. Okay, click on OK. Now this server will promote to the domain. Only one thing, sir. Okay, once your DC is ready, you may face sometimes the network disconnection. Try to fix that one and try to set again the IP address on the Ethernet too. Whatever the IP address you given to the DC server and DNS on node 1, node 2 provide the same IP address. Okay. Now this server is also ready. Restart. Now go to node 2. Do the same thing on node 2 also, sir. So once your servers are being part of domain, we are almost good. Go to the local server, work group, change it, NA, SA.com, promote. Oh, still we are having issues, sir. Maybe we need to fix this issue. diagnostic the problem. Okay, let's fix the issues or by diagnostics. Okay. Uh, what is the problem with this one? Ethernet. Let's change the adapter properties. 192.168.174 192. Okay, right. Everything is perfect. Okay. Click on OK. Multiple default gateways are interacting to provide the redundant single subnet. Okay. Okay. Let's open CMD, sir. IP config. Okay, gateway is same. So it got assigned 131. Okay, let's go for 131, right? Let's go for a different IP address. 125. Click on OK. Click on OK. Let's refresh. Close it. Again, go to the server. We need to promote this server to the domain controller server. Okay. sa.com. Yeah. Okay. We are good, sir. Now we are promoting this server also. Just choose some different IP address. Okay. A different IP address. Now provide sa/administrator. Copy paste it. Okay. No. Slash administrator. And provide the password. Provide the password. And click on OK. Now it is promoting. Node 2 is also promoting to the server. Okay. Only one thing, just adjust your IP addresses. Okay. Just make sure that whatever the sorry, username and password is incorrect. SA/administrator and provide the password, sir. Click on OK. Okay, done, sir. This server is also promoted. So only one thing, enable the NIC card. Okay, enable the NIC card for all three nodes and go for the static IP address for all the three nodes. And on the DC server, okay, here you need to go for DNS as 127.0.0.1. Okay, this is very important point you need to remember. 127.0.0.1. Whatever the IP address you provide to the DC server, provide the DNS on node 1, node 2, same, sir. And IP address you can adjust here and there. Okay, it will work. That's the one thing. Now see, all my two servers are being part of the domain. If you open Active Directory, dsa.msc, go to the computer, see, I'm able to see node 1, node 2. When I go to the command prompt, cmd, if I ping node 1, I will get fully qualified domain name, node1.si.com. So half of the infrastructure you already build. So no worries, in real world, this everything will be taken care by Windows team. But being we don't have any team, so you are doing everything. Now try to connect this one and try to connect as a domain. SA/administrator and provide the password. So provide it as an administrator. Okay, now this server is also promoted to the domain, and this server is also promoted to the domain. Okay, SA/administrator. Now you connected two servers. Only one thing we'll done. Okay, we will download SQL Server setup file. We'll download SQL Server SSMS, and we'll wind up the today's session. And next part of SQL Lab series, we will get to know how to install SQL Server, how to build the Windows failover cluster. Okay, let's open, download first Edge. Okay, download. Just download Edge sir first browser, which will little faster. Run. Basically, it won't take that much longer time. Okay, now it is faster. Okay, copy same thing. Go to node 1 as well. Okay, go to node 1 as well. Open the uh, Internet Explorer and download the browser. Okay, almost done. And here also download the browser. Run it. Now it is installing. Okay. Don't close this window. Let it be. Once it open the Internet Edge Explorer. Okay. So almost download is done here also. Okay. Now Edge is open, sir. Now click on Start without data. Click on Continue. Click Continue. No data. Confirm. Now it will promote you the next. Okay. Now you can search for SQL Server download. So when you are starting your journey, first you know everyone must and should know how to install SQL Server. If you wanted to download to your laptop and if you wanted to install also, you need to go to the SQL Server download, click on SQL on-prem setup file. Okay, click on SQL Server on-prem setup file. Then you need to provide some details here. It will ask us to provide some details like pass your name, pass your email address. Okay, your email address and organization name, any name if you're not working. Okay, provide whatever name you like it. Either it can be TCS, Infosys, country name as India, IN, India. So company OnePlus, DBA role. Okay, India, and provide the number. Okay, random number. Then click on download. So first it will prompt you one setup file. It will prompt you one setup file. Okay, download exe. Okay, download exe executable file. Okay, it will prompt you one setup file. Go to file location. Okay, it will open the file. Go to the download. See, sir, it provided, right. You can copy the same file. You can go to node 2. You can open the downloads and you can paste it. Now copy paste will work. Okay, no, it's not working. Oh, it's not working. How? Why? Hmm. Okay, let it be. Okay, now minimize this window. Now once you open this setup file, okay, it will prompt you to download the SQL Server 2022 Evaluation Edition. Go to the download media, go to the ISO, then click on choose the location where you want to download. So I am, what safety purpose, what I'm going to do, I'm going to download in the C drive. Okay, so go to the C drive. Okay, and keep a folder, sir, on the C drive like call SQL binary. Okay, I need to keep it in the C drive. Okay, it's created in the desktop folder. Go to C drive, keep SQL binary. SQL binary, then click on OK. Now click on download. It will prompt you to download. Same thing you can do it on the Node 2 as well. Okay. Let's start it. Let's click on continue. Let's click on without. Let's click on confirm. Now you can copy this location, not this location, sir. You can go for this location. You can directly prompt here. Okay. You can directly download this setup file and you can open the same setup file here also. Okay, it will prompt you to SQL Server Evaluation Edition. Here also you can do same thing. Go to the media, choose the file location, go to the folder, go to the C drive, select the C drive, create a folder called SQL bin. Okay, and just click on download. So you are downloading on the Node 1, Node 2. So meanwhile, you can also download the SQL Server Management Studio like SSMS. SSMS download. Search for SSMS download. Now you will prompt you go for SQL Server Management Studio and it will ask us to prompt you to download. Okay. Go to bottom, search for SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. And go for download SQL Server. Latest version is 20.2. Let's download the SQL Server Management Studio parallelly. So this is the tool we will use to work with the SQL Server. This is the tool we will use to work with the SQL Server. When we are working as a SQL engineer, we are downloading SQL Server Management Studio. For example, if you are working for Oracle, you will install a Oracle related tool called Tor or Purdy. Okay, if you are working MySQL, you will install Workbench. If you are working for PostgreSQL, you will install PC Admin. Like same, when we are a SQL engineers, we are going to download the SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, let it be download. Okay, now let's go here. Let's open the setup file. Now in the Node 1, it is downloading SQL Server setup file along with the SSMS. It won't take more time if your internet is super good. Okay, it will download little quickly only. Okay, let's download the setup file. Once it is downloaded, move everything into the C folder. Whatever the folder you created on the C drive. Okay, C drive you created the SQL binary, right? So here it will place it. So here it will place the SSMS. Here it will place the SQL Server setup file. Okay, yeah, that's it for today's session. I hope today's session it helped a lot. Okay, to everyone how to build the VMware workstation, how to build the servers, how to build the networks, and what are the challenges while you are going to build the networks. We will face it, and how to create the domain controller, how to add the servers to the domain. Okay, and how to install SQL Server, how to install, how to download SQL Server, how to download SSMS. I just shown you. It will take some time. Okay, to download that one. Okay, that's it for today. Next, in the SQL Lab series, we are going to discuss how to install SQL Server Management Studio, how to install standalone SQL Server installation. Okay, so I hope this video helped you a lot. Thanks to everyone. Okay, I hope if you like this video, please like it and share it and comment it. We are going to attach VMware Workstation downloadable executable download file and Windows Server 2019 downloadable Google Drive in our video description. Go and find and you can access and you can download. In case you face any challenge while you are installing, while you are configuring, don't hesitate to in the comment window. For more, you can try to reach out to the Azure SQL Champ. Thank you.